Hey, can I ask you a
Yeah,
question?
of course.
Do you think the Mossad had anything to do with Charlie Kirk's murder?
I mean, factual wise, no. Conspiracy wise, it's always fun to think.
Well, it's funny you say conspiracy. As you know, there are many Americans who have taken this quite seriously, and they have looked at many inconsistencies within the actual narrative by the FBI and the government of Israel and the United States. Can you
Hmm.
comment on any of the security detail for Charlie Kirk all being Israeli nationals?
I can't really comment because I've never read about it or dove enough about it. I mean,
Okay. Oh,
I'll take what you say as
take
factual
it with
because
a grain of salt. Take it with a
I'm
grain of
guessing you
salt.
read about it more than I did.
No, 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 no. Take everything I'm saying with
Yeah.
a grain of salt. You don't have to believe
Okay.
me or not.
Okay.
Prior to this murder, when he was killed, he was actually quoted in a Telegram group chat saying that because he feels pressure from Jewish donors, that he is no longer going to be on the Israeli narrative that happened for October 7th.
Yeah, I mean, you have a lot of from what I've seen a lot of messages from Charlie Kirk criticizing Israel along the years. Not only that one, there have been many
No,
more,
well,
but
no, no,
also
no, no, no,
he's
no, no, no,
been
no, no.
also
Wait, 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 sir, sir. I'm going to have to cut you off there. I did not
sure.
say. I said Jewish donors.
Okay.
So I am not. I am not talking specifically. I'm talking about the affluent, richer donors who were giving money to Charlie Kirk. I'm talking about those people, not Israel. Jewish donors.
So he's feeling a lot of pressure from Jewish donors. Pressure for what?
Charlie. So good question.
Hmm.
So prior to he had Tucker Carlson on his show, which a lot of
Hmm.
his Jewish donors were pressuring him not to do because,
Okay.
as you know, Tucker Carlson is very vocal about a whole bunch of
Yeah,
things that
yeah,
go against what some of those donors may have been. Yeah, they might not they might not have liked what they were going to talk about.
yeah. Okay.
Okay, so are you familiar with the supposed shooter that they have arrested for the quote unquote, like, the shooter that they arrested? Do
I
you
remember
know
the
that
face of the guy. What? Yeah. Sorry.
his transgender girlfriend? Do
Hmm.
you know that her family is actually of Jewish descent, and that there's an illusion that her family is also connected to Israeli intelligence?
Mm, sure. Okay.
Okay, yeah. So that's something that people were talking about. But the biggest one, that is like the biggest, that one that makes the bells go off, is 24 hours prior to the actual murder taking place, there was a Google search spike in Tel Aviv and in Washington, D.C., of the name of the person who was arrested and the actual address of which they found the rifle. Have you heard any information of this sort or no?
No, but why would Israelis suddenly in mass start looking for her
Well,
name?
very interesting. It wasn't in mass. It was 24 Google searches.
Okay.
Why would someone be googling? I don't know.
Yeah.
Why are they googling the address of where they found the semi-automatic rifle? I don't know. But
Yeah.
this
I mean,
information
if you're
has
talking about Mossad, right? Why would they Google the name?
I I'm
I
not
mean,
okay.
if it's an operator or anything like that, I mean, look, we both
So
know that Mossad is much
when
more advanced than we could never imagine. Why
when
would they Google the name?
operation, or if you let me talk, when
Yeah, sorry.
operations are being approved,
Hmm.
and
Yeah.
you can't leave any details out. You need to, So what people are saying, that before the green light was lit, that these people wanted to know who was the guy that's going to do. But anyway, that's not the important thing. That's not the important thing, because that information was scrubbed. It doesn't matter, right?
Okay.
So even if you try to look up for that stuff anymore, it doesn't happen. But do you think that there should be a need to question this security detail that was all from Israel?
Oh, question? You should always question, 100%.
Okay, and then are you
What
familiar
I
with
also
the
think is that when you look up these things, you should look all variables. I mean, if you're trying to bunch together variables that only have to do with Israel, then yeah. But if you're trying to look at all
well,
variables,
this
all
see so
messages, all Google searches,
this is
all
what's a
people that
little, well,
were
hang
involved,
on, this is
then
what's a
yeah,
little
and you can see
frustrating.
like
No,
what all the variables are. But if you only
this is
try
what's a little
to
frustrating.
single out Jewish and Israeli variables, it might look a certain way,
Okay, see,
100%. But you always
can
question
can
it.
can, can we rewind? Like, let's differentiate. Okay,
Hmm.
there is a difference between an Israeli intelligence service and Israel.
Okay.
Let's not conflate the two. It's like saying the
What do you mean
America
when you
knows
say
everything
Israel
the
then?
CIA does.
Like the
I
government?
mean,
Israel, like the
Mossad.
government?
Yes, the Israeli government. Yes,
Yeah.
your current right wing coalition with Ben
Yeah.
Gvir and Netanyahu and
Yeah.
all your other fabulous
Uh,
cohorts that you
Nobody
guys
likes
are
them.
awesome.
Yeah.
So,
Fucking horrible people. Yeah.
I mean, some people like them
Some, not
a
many
lot.
anymore. I mean, when you look at the polls, they're how do you say in English? Bombing, like going very, very low.
But my curiosity is this: who else
Yeah.
do you guys have?
Who else
Like,
do you guys have? I mean, we have a lot of parties here.
no, no, no. Again, I understand there are a lot of political parties within the Israeli government.
hmm
I am talking about who do you guys possibly have as a forefront runner who can actually take all this mess that your current coalition has made and try to fuck you guys really just shit's fucked right now, bro.
Look, shit, that's 100% agree.
But
Shit's fucked.
but back to my
Yeah.
original point. You were saying
Who
that
do we have? Right now, I have faith in two people. One is Lieberman and the one is Bennett. They
I
seem
have
to
heard of
have in the
Bennett.
polls, yeah, in the polls, they seem to, if they work
Bennett's.
together, they seem to have the best chance against Bibi Netanyahu. Then you have like more left wing people, Yair Golan,
See, but
you
this is the
have Yair
thing:
Lapid.
is he really going to be allowed to run again? Like he's not because everyone's
That
talking
is the
about
problem. We
he's
don't have
gonna
a
be
limit.
arrested, right?
Uh, Netanyahu, if he's going to be arrested,
Well, aren't they saying that the corruption charges that he was still facing are still valid?
I mean, he's still being judged. So, I mean, depending on what the judgment said in the end, we don't know. The judge, how do you say that in English? The judgment, like the process. How do you call that? Uh,
The verdict.
yeah, the verdict still is not done until the judgment is finished, like the judging, the process. So if he's going to be arrested, it all depends on how the judgment goes. But I don't think it's going to be. I mean, he already put the next voting earlier next year, so it's not going to be in November. It's going to be in June of 2026. So I don't think they're going to be finished on the whole judgment and the whole hearing up until June of 2026. But up until then, I mean, there are stronger powers, and it all depends again how they work together and everything. Can you run again? Legally, he can run again because sadly we don't have a limit to how
That'd be
many.
hilarious.
Yeah, but that's why a lot of politicians now they're trying to run for presidency for prime ministry. They are saying part of the campaign is that they're going to put a limit to how many
All right, so let me
terms.
ask
Yeah,
you a question because you seem like a reasonable and intelligent person.
yeah. I appreciate it. Thank you.
The conspiracies behind October 7th that not only like you can call it conspiracy, but a lot of Israeli nationals they also believe that your government had
hmm
like what is your take on that?
Yeah, no. Finish your question. I mean, because there's a lot of things about October 7th. So, like, what are we
So
pinpointing
so
towards?
so a lot of the people from Israel that more or less agree that how it happened is the government had to have been involved because there's no way you guys have so much defensive what do they call them
Yeah, systems and yeah.
basically that because it happened the way it did that they feel that the government was involved because there's no other way that it can happen that way unless the government
hmm
knows.
Yeah.
Like for instance, you guys have the most sophisticated air defense system in the world,
hmm
right? You guys didn't see those motherfuckers coming in. What we know, one of the guys actually quote, and this is a quote. He said they came in as if it was fucking Fortnite.
Yeah. I'll tell
So
you my honest opinion. I mean, because factually, until we don't have a
yeah,
very
until
thorough thing,
things are yeah.
yeah.
But
And
what
for
do
the
you
past
like?
2 years, I've been
What do you
diving
think?
deep into this, and I can tell you exactly what I think. So it's going to be a few stages, okay?
Yeah. Tell me. I'm curious.
So first of all, is the fact that a lot of Israelis, it's hard for us to accept that Hamas outsmarted us, okay? Because up until now, like you said, we are strong or we have information and stuff, but they were so organized. I mean, when you look at how they attacked Israel, it
Okay.
was planned to the T. They knew exactly what communication towers to bring in. They were waiting for like all the systems to the cameras to open to drop bombs. They knew I mean, they knew exactly. They prepared
Can
this
can I can I
masterfully.
I
That's
hate to
one
cut
thing.
you off, but that
Yeah.
one thing is the
hmm
reason why a lot of these and they themselves admitted they're more on the radical side of their political spectrum for Israel.
hmm
But even they said that the fact that they knew when to like like where the camera and all that. They feel like that's why they feel that the government was involved because
Look,
there's no way.
look, it's not just that. That's why I said there's a lot of
Yeah.
variables.
But
That's what I
that's
mean.
one of the
If
reasons.
it
Yeah.
was only their preparedness and we were also prepared, it wouldn't have happened as it did.
Yeah.
So, from my conclusion, is the following. First of all, it's Israeli ego that we cannot accept that the fact that
Okay.
outsmarted us. Second thing is that for many, many years, a lot of leaders here in Israel had, how do you say, misconception about the Gazans.
Hmm.
They don't want to attack us. They want a better future for themselves. They forget about it. If we give them money,
Yeah.
whatever,
Yeah.
they'll just, yeah. So, every time intelligence came, some people from the intelligence said, look, they're preparing to attack us. But the people with the
Ignored
misconception
it or
said, no,
whatever.
no, 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 no,
Yeah.
they're not going to attack us. Just forget it, forget it, forget it. So that's also a thing. Because
Okay.
on October 7th, the army did jump to attack back, but a minute late. So I don't know the exact time, but they say
I
like
heard it
it's
was more than a
6:29
minute
the attack
though.
started. And then, only
So
then, people started going to the base
yeah.
from the houses. So they arrived at like 10 a.m., 11 a.m. The planes went out at 11:30. So, I mean, people started to defend, but it was too late because Hamas was already inside. They were fast. So those are the main 2 points. There are a few more
Yeah.
small
Yeah.
points, but because, I mean, because when you see the footage, already 10 a.m., there are already soldiers stopping. We managed to stop their offense at, I think, around like 11, 12, 1 p.m.
Yeah.
So they did. I mean, Hamas came prepared for so much more. They had so much ammunition, so much food. I mean, they were prepared to get all the way
Yeah.
to Tel
Yeah.
Aviv, and they were managed to be stopped somewhere. So that's what I think. I'm sure some people in intelligence knew about it and put it aside, like saying, "Ah, it's not going to happen." So I think it's a little bit of these two things:
Ignorance.
ignorance,
Okay.
misconception, whatever you want to call it.
Whatever
That's
you
what
want
I
to call
think.
it. Okay.
Yeah,
All right. Interesting. So I
yeah.
hadn't really heard the arrogance aspect of that maybe they did just ignore
hmm
it based off of willful ignorance. That's cool. Yeah, it's completely plausible.
That's what I think. Look,
Hey.
if there was a conspiracy inside to help, maybe there was some kind of agent inside. I don't know, Iranian agent,
But
Palestinian
who the
agent,
fuck
whatever.
knows? Yeah.
But
I got you.
I highly doubt, like the Israeli intelligence just let that happen. Again,
Okay.
that's also a theory that I played with in my mind, um, and I just never found anything that matches. Again, that's only from my own.
Can I compare a moment in history that could be compared to October
Yeah,
7th?
yeah, of course.
Pearl Harbor.
Okay, I don't know enough about Pearl
People
Harbor,
with
but just yeah,
so Pearl Harbor is the reason why the United States actually entered
join
World
the
War
Second World War.
II.
Yeah, yeah.
So there are conspiracies behind actual Pearl Harbor. One of the biggest ones being that the two most expensive ships within the American naval, they were ordered the day before to move from that base.
Okay.
Nothing. That's not the craziest thing. No, ain't like a wild conspiracy or anything. But then
But what
there's
is the
also
craziest
that
thing about Pearl Harbor?
the craziest thing about Pearl Harbor would be that because
Okay.
if you look at the amount of money for the time that they spent on those two
hmm
ships, it was the equivalent to the GDP of almost half the countries today.
hmm
So that is a way for them to
Yeah.
let the Navy be crippled, but crippled enough to where they
hmm
could still mobilize if necessary. You know what I'm saying? That's
Yeah.
just a fire.
Also,
Fire
something I
in
can
itself.
tell you, and maybe I don't know, maybe also this works for what I have in Pearl Harbor. We tend to look like I don't know, the Mossad, the IDF, the government as like a single unit, but in the end, it's like a lot of departments, a lot of
But
things,
I
a lot of
feel
people.
like that we shouldn't do that because I feel like
Exactly.
there are elements within the Mossad or within the CIA or within it's not the KGB anymore. What they're called the FSB
hmm
or within the CSS, which is the China secretive
hmm
whatever. It's like those small elements that do these fucking horrendous shit. Like I feel like those are the people that we need to really go at. Like
Oh,
they call it
first of
deep
all,
state, and it sounds crazy, but it's true.
mhm.
Israel probably has it. America for sure has it. It's wild stuff, man.
So yeah, so that's also the thing when we talk about the preparedness for October 7th, what happened on that day. I mean, we talk about the IDF, but I'm sure the IDF has different departments, different places. So maybe
Yeah,
some of them were prepared, maybe some of them worked better, maybe some of them didn't. Maybe one of them tried to tell the others, and some message
and they
fell in
just
between. I
got
mean,
ignored. Yeah, laughed
and
out of the
also
office.
because we also forget that in the end, I mean, there's a lot of smart people in these places, but they're people like you and I. In the end, some of them are extremely smart. Many of them are just stupid doing their job. You know what I mean?
Yeah, 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 yeah.
So I don't know what happened in Pearl Harbor. I don't know about those ships. I'm sure there's a whole bunch of things about October 7th that we still need to
Yep.
research and deep and see if there was any conspiracy, anything about it. But as of right now,
We have no
um,
fucking idea. Yeah.
no fucking idea. And like the already like the concrete facts, you know, when you put everything together, those are my conclusions.
Yeah,
One day, if
yeah,
we find out something
absolutely.
else,
Those,
then
those, are,
you
those
know,
are, those are. That's a fair and reasonable conclusion to get
yeah.
to. You know what I'm saying? All right, yeah, man. I enjoyed the dialogue, man. You take it easy.
Me too, man.
Yeah,
It
man.
was
Have a
great.
good one.
Thanks, you too.